Markku, in one of your papers that I read, you reference the bioeconomy, and you talk about this shift to collaborative use of nature versus extractive use of nature. And I would like you to describe that. And then I want to go into specifics around this. You talk about agriculture and forestry and algae production and biomimicry. So I want to get into that as well. But can you just talk about what you mean by collaborative versus extractive? I think it's, might be fairly obvious, but you may have some specifics that you want to pull out there.
Not too long ago, we remember Jack Welch, the business is a business is a business, and we need to just serve our shareholders and all that. That was the mantra of the day, not too long ago. And now you can see that there is a much more this type of the stakeholder idea in the businesses that, yes, business is still run as a business, but the missions and the visions of the business have to be kind of accommodated to what society wants and what type of the business processes we want, and how is it reflected inside the company, how much we are giving the people to use their own ways of doing things rather than being very kind of a top-down run organization. Now, the same thing about moving to this more kind of a stakeholder way of looking at things is happening much more largely in our societies, because we're still very much driven by the self-interest in this world. And, this war in Ukraine is a very good case in point, because we have on the one side, we have the guy that is only interested about, basically about his own power, and this is making tremendous damage while doing that, and give basically, no credence for anything else. So this kind of a very strong self-interest, national or individual self-interest, that is kind of a driving our very much our society. That has to be replaced, and that is actually replacing. If you think about the responses that we have had to this war in the West, it's quite amazing how much unity there has been there to deal with that. And that's, I think, it's kind of a beginning, because we're getting more of that type of the issues and problems. The climate change has been already mentioned, but there are many others there where we need a much more collaboration that we have actually done in the past, and that need to cross the national borders, local borders, regional borders, whatever borders. And we really need to see that we are on the same boat. And this type of awareness is now growing. So it's not only that there is a necessity to mend this relationship with the nature, but it also comes out of the human experience that actually collaborating is a much more efficient way of running our societies, and much more efficient way of actually how we can sustainably then kind of collaborate and use the natural resources. And so that is something that is slowly kind of coming into our awareness, that and my prediction is that in 10 to 20 years, this will be kind of the overarching sort of a rule, how we deal with things. But it comes out of this necessity to see that, if we continue the business as usual, we're gonna be kind of heading our heads against the wall, basically, and so something else needs to be and come and replace.